will act if the deputy president of the ANC is charged of corruption. Until then, he still remains the deputy president of the ANC, and we know that he might also be appointed as the deputy president of the country, because that's how the ANC operates. On the issue of left parties, in South Africa, there's only one left party, the Communist Party. I've been repeating that. There's no any other left party. All of these organizations that we call left parties are funded by white monopoly capital to remove the ANC out of power. If you want to do it, verify it, go and check where they get their funding for. There's nothing left about them. They are organizations that are funded to erode the base of the ANC and to take the ANC out of power so that they reverse the gains of freedom. Now they remain the enemy. There is no difference between them and other ones who want to take the ANC out of power. And some of them have said it publicly that they are formed to remove, or they even call it unplug. They are formed to unplug the ANC everywhere out of power, including the removal of all ambassadors. Now, you can't say those people are progressive people that you can work with. South Africans did not give us a full mandate. South Africans gave us 40%. And South Africans are accepting that we need to invite other political parties to form a government of national unity for us to be able to push and continue our program of resolving all the socio-economic problems. Now, we've invited everybody. No one has been left out. We've invited everyone. Anyway, there's no political party in South Africa that does not want to take the ANC out of power. All of these political parties we've invited them because we want them to participate in the nation-building agenda of the ANC in the country. But we know that all of them, the obsession is to take the ANC out of power. I think the issue of decisions of, the agreement says there must be consultations with parties that are part of the government of national unity. Now, consultation means that even when the ANC has got majority, it consults COSATU, it consults the SSCP, it consults the Youth League, it consults the Women's League. The president of the ANC, before he appoints cabinets or anything, he always consults. Now, it will not be something new. Now that we've been joined by other political parties, he'll always consult them. But consultation doesn't mean they make decisions for him. It means that he consult them. If they convince him, he'll make decisions that they want. If not, he'll make decisions that he believes that are good for the country. What should the ANC do to win elections? All the ANC must do to win elections is to deploy public servants who will deliver services to our people. We went to these elections with a high level of unemployment. It was a disaster already. That's why as the Youth League, we've declared unemployment a disaster in South Africa. Now, resolve the issue of unemployment, reindustrialize the economy, resolve the issue of service delivery, resolve the issue of crime. The African National Congress will not even have to do door-to-door. Everyone will go out in numbers to go and vote for the African National Congress. Now, we admit that in some areas we have not been doing very well. We went to this election with the collapsed NEFSAS. Then we expect campuses to vote for the African National Congress. Students went to these elections to punish the African National Congress because of a program that we've given them and committed for them to benefit them. Because we acknowledge that the same students that we say they can afford in primary level and in high school level are the same students who can afford in tertiary. That's why the ANC has set up a funding system called NEFSAS to resolve, to make sure the students, they go to university, they get accommodation, and all of those issues are resolved. We went there was a payment issues, NEFSAS was under administration. It was chaos. And if we improve also those areas, a lot of these young people in campuses will continue to vote for the African National Congress, because when NEFSAS works, they do vote for the African National Congress. On state hazing, demand not settling for less is not his decision to make. There is no DA that determines what happens in the government of national unity. They are invited, they are invitees. I can't invite you to my house. Then when you get to my house, you tell me how to put my furniture. They are invited. If you don't want to be part of the invitee, they must leave. Everyone else invited. Those that don't come, they did not come. Others of Nkanja, they did not come. EFF was invited, they made demands. If they don't get their demands, they make noise, they did not come. Those who are with here, you can't tell us who to invite, who not to invite to our house. If you're not happy with the government of national unity, you move out, we work with those who want to work here in government of national unity. Now, there is no DA that is going to babysit the ANC. That will never happen. If the ANC does that, we'll be the first to call it out, because you can't babysit a person in their own house. It's us who have been voted by the majority in South Africa, where you don't have, we're the largest party, but we don't have the majority to govern alone. We've invited everyone to govern with. Now, on those issues, yes, obviously, we want the youth league. Young people in South Africa have told us that they want the youth in all characters of power. They say that they want the youth as ministers, they want the youth as deputy ministers, they want the youth as chairperson of committees, they want the youth as whips, they want the youth in boards, they want... South Africa demographics are clear that majority are young people. Now, we are looking for that. We're not happy with what happened in KZN. Instead, we're going to be very hard on them, because even if we're given 3 people, one of them must be a young person. Now in KZN, they appointed 3 old people. We're not happy with that. We're saying that they must urgently remove one and put a young person. Because all of us are part of this government of national unity. The youth are part of it, women are part of it, everyone is part of it. Now, youth must be represented, women must be represented. Now, it can't be an excuse that because we have no majority, youth and women must be excluded. And the biggest voters in South Africa, or the biggest participators in this economy, are women and youth. Now, we really have to have KZN acting on making sure that at least one of them must be conscious enough to make space for a young person. I think I've tried to answer some of the questions. What I've left out, I think the officials might try to come in. Thanks.
Okay, I'm going to take other questions or follow-ups if they are there. Okay, let me take it as a follow-up. Yes, Michael. No, we have the question.
Thank you once more for the opportunity that has been given. President, as you've indicated, and you made it clear, the position of the youth of the ANC, what will happen if the resolution of the Youth League, they are not being entertained by this arrangement of the government? What will be your response?
Okay. Is there no other question? Oh, okay. Can you please pass on the mic?
I don't think the President understood my question on the issues of the performance of the ANC during the elections. The question was mostly based on, after reflections, what were the failures of the party, specifically the structures of the ANC, the league specifically, what is it that they could have done better? Not necessarily the ANC league, as you just alluded to, the issues which affected young people. Broadly as the party, what is it that you could have done better, including the structures of the ANC?
Okay, so President, give him the mic.
President, the question that we never respond to was one of that I was questioning the deputy president of the veteran, as he was saying that this document, this agreement, need to be made public. So I didn't hear responding on that one. Thank you.
Okay. President, I'd like you to answer the question on Gauteng, and then we'll give the SG also an opportunity.
No. I think the Gauteng one, they're still dealing with consultations. They're still consulting the alliance structures. They're still consulting the leagues. They're still engaging also with people that will be working with in the provincial government of unity. Now, I think mainly the delay is on consultation. There's nothing else. It's a consultation matter, and I'm sure when they are done consulting, they will go out and announce the new cabinet.
No, thank you very much, President. I think I'll just enter on the two questions. One on what could the ANC would have done better this time around to ensure that we improve our electoral support. Look, the ANC ran a very rigorous campaign in this 2024 national and provincial general elections. I'm sure what we would have said earlier, when everyone was saying there's youth apathy, there is apathy that is growing in terms of South Africans wanting to participate in the electoral processes. We said the main issue is not that young people or the people of South Africa are dissatisfied with the ANC necessarily. However, there is a big question that has not been responded on civic education by some of the state institutions like the IEC. Many young people, unlike the old, do not understand participation in the electoral process as part of their civic duty. And we said this has to be enhanced by the Chapter 9 institution, particularly the IEC, must run outreach programs which ensure that they are linked with municipalities, the speaker's offices there, to ensure that there is a lot of civic education that happens around this particular question. You would note that the voter turnout in South Africa went to around 58%. Previously, around we had around firstly 82%, and then we had 76%, and then we had 73%. I'm saying voter turnout, not ANC. Voter turnout, voters. So the issue about the electoral market is a matter that we've got to deal with it broadly as a civic education question and not an ANC problem particularly. Well, of course, we've indicated in the ANC manifesto that we understand, because we're doing door-to-door. The ANC is the only organization that has got an electoral machinery that runs wall-to-wall. In our door-to-door campaign, we would have said that our people are complaining about, one, the issue of jobs. The Youth League would have provided, as the President was saying, a solution to that we are now going to industrialize the South African economy to create the much-needed jobs. And these jobs, some of the questions that young people were posing to us, we are now graduates. The ANC has supported us through NSFAS. We are now graduates. We want jobs. And we said, President, in order for us to resolve the bloated youth unemployment in South Africa, we've got to industrialize the South African economy. The President said, agreed. And that became the manifesto. Now, bullet number 2, which is priority number 2 of the ANC manifesto, industrialize the South African economy to create an inclusive economy. And those are some of the successes the Youth League would have won in the battle towards ensuring that the ANC improves its support base in energizing young people to participate in governance processes. The second aspect is that while we deal with these issues, we said no austerity measures, meaning no cutting of budget, must happen. Rather, there must be injection of capital in the economy to stimulate growth. Once the economy grows, what that means is that the government also is able to take on what we call revenues, because the fiscus can only grow if the economy performs. So it's not the question of borrowing that we are dealing with. It's the question of whether or not we are doing direct financing in the productive sectors of the economy for the economy to perform and grow and expand so that it creates the much needed jobs. And these are the issues that we are saying we are improving. And the President has made it very clear on the question you are raising, what is going to happen in the government of national unity. As the Youth League, the ANC itself in its own meeting, we've made it clear we are not compromising on transformative policies. We're not compromising there. We're not going to be able to accept any form of regression on transformative policies. What are these transformative policies? Your affirmative action. We're never going to compromise on that, because there is history to affirmative action in South Africa. It has been legislative processes that have dispossessed Africans in this country of the economy, of them not participating in critical decision-making structures in the South African government, in the South African economy. And we're never going to compromise on affirmative action. Broad-based economic empowerment, we're never going to compromise on that. The issue about building a capable developmental state through ensuring that you build capacity in the state-owned enterprises in order for them to play their developmental role, we're never going to compromise on that. So there is not going to be wholesale privatization of state-owned enterprises and keep quiet as the ANC Youth League. We've said those things. Those are very clear. This is government of national unity to facilitate development, transformation, and social change in this country. It's not government of national unity in order to reverse the gains of our democracy. And we're very clear. You will see the Youth League on the streets marching if there would be such regressions, because we are a youth wing of the liberation movement in this country. We're not a youth league of any other formation that is formed to dislodge a particular political party like this EFF, Rise Mzansi, and all of these Mickey Mouse organizations. We are a youth wing of the liberation movement. We stand for liberation politics and nothing else. And that's what you are going to see if transformative policies are being reversed. Thank you very much.